Welcome to the session 25, that is meaning of privatization, definition of privatization and its objectives and methods of privatization. In this session we discuss about all these with the learning objective of to study the meaning and definition and objectives. After studying this session, students will be clearly understood about the meaning of privatization and its definition with objective and various methods of privatization. What is privatization? Privatization, which has become a universal trend, means transfer of ownership and management of an enterprise from the public sector to the private sector. Transferring of ownership from public sector to the private sector is called privatization. It also means the withdrawal of the state from an industry or sector or partially or fully. Another one dimension of the privatization is opening up of an industry that has been reserved for public sector to the private sector. Privatization is an inevitable historical reaction to the indiscriminate expansion of the state sector and the associated problems. Even in the communist countries, it is became a vital measure of economic rejuvenation. This is the meaning of privatization. Next, definition of privatization. Privatization may be defined as the transfer of the ownership, public sector activities and functions to the private sector. This applies to the commercial and industrial enterprises, which are often owned and managed and implemented by the public sector, which could otherwise be operated by the private sector. Privatization is premised on the assumption of the superiority of the market forces over the administrative derivatives in government economic activity to achieve efficiency. Next, we move to the objectives of privatization. First objective is to improve the performance of public sector undertakings so as to lessen the financial burden on taxpayers. The main objective of this session, objective of this privatization is to reduce the financial burden on taxpayers. Next, to increase the size and dynamism of the private sector, distributing ownership more widely in the population at large. Means size and dynamism of the private sector, distributing the ownership more widely in the population at large is the another objective. Next, to encourage and to facilitate private sector investment from both domestic and foreign sources, to generate revenue for the state. It is also one of the important objective because to generate the revenue for the state is possible when the private sectors are grow more and more. Otherwise, government is running under loss because of various social services activities and non-profit organizations. Various non-profit or social service organizations are running under the government ownership. So, to generate more revenue to the state, some of the public sectors will have to be handed over to the private sector. Next, to reduce the administrative burden on the state. For reducing the administrative burden, it is very necessary to go privatization. It no way to the government. Otherwise, government has to have more burden with administrative problems. Launching and sustaining the transformation of the economy from a command to a market model. These are all objectives of privatization. Next, we move to the privatization routes or methods of privatization. The important ways of privatization are includes the following. One is divestiture or privatization of ownership through the sale of equity. Divestiture means selling of part partial equity to the private sectors. Typically, a government intending to divest of utility assets will sell shares in the utility or transfer asset into a special purpose company and sell shares in that company. Although divestiture can be via sale of asset, whether the divestiture is via an asset or share, sale will be depend on the circumstances of the utility and the local issues such as tax treatment of such sales. These shares sale is often favored as it is allows the government to retain an indirect or veto interest in the privatized utility through a golden share. However, a private purchaser may be unwilling to accept all the existing liabilities of the utility and only be willing to accept a portion of the assets and liabilities. In such cases, the assets will be transferred to a special purpose companies. The prospective of purchaser will be interested, however, in knowing that the company has a track record, and so the government may be required to run the new company for a few years prior to privatization to establish such track records. This is the concept of divestitures or privatization of ownership through the sale of equity. This is one of the first and foremost method of the privatization. Next is denationalization or reprivatization. Denationalization is the process of transferring of an asset from public ownership, especially ownership by a national government, specifically ownership by a national government, to private ownership and operation. The term is broadly synonymous with privatization, although privatization could also apply to ownership by a local, state, or national government, in which case denationalization would not be a strictly accurate description. For the most part, denationalization occurs when a government sells a controlling stake of a state owned enterprise, often in energy, banking, telecommunication, or transportation industries to private investors. So, various service sectors which are denationalization, which are under denationalization or reprivatization process. Majority are come under this type of privatizations are various service sector such as energy, banking, telecommunications or transportation industries to the private investors. So this is the second method of privatization or denationalization. Next is contracting, under which government contracts out services to other organizations that produce and deliver them. Utilization of the private sector in the producing services is an important element in the movement toward reforming government. The aim is to contain costs, increase productivity, or improve quality. There are choices as to the type of privatization to be employed. Contracting out that involves retaining ownership and overall control but employs a private sector operator is the dominant form. Although there is a strong evidence of the benefits of privatization, several for in several factors here important factors and they must be present for optimization. This is the contracting of services to the private sector. Next is franchising. Franchising is the authorizing the delivery of certain services in designated geographical areas is common in utilities and urban transportation and also in other services also. Franchising is a monopoly privilege awarded to the private firm that provides the services but with the price of the service being regulated and determined by the state. Most utilities such as gas, electricity and telephone services are provided under the franchisee form of the privatization. A relatively recent service includes cable TV is also generally awarded as a monopoly privilege to the private sector. Another one important distinction of monopoly franchising is that consumer make direct payments to the provider for the service. This is the concept of franchising in privatization. Next is government withdrawing. Government withdrawing from the provision of certain goods and services, leaving them wholly or partly to the private sector. Means withdrawing from the provision of certain goods and services, leaving them wholly or partly to the private sector. The provision of certain goods and services which are mainly preserved for the government sector, those are withdrawn from the government and leaving them wholly or partly to the private sector. Here, the main aim of this is to reducing the costs and increasing the earnings and providing more and more services to the public. The here the aim is in good manner. Next is privatization of management. Using lease and management contract, the privatization of management has to be given. Lease and management contract have the same characteristics of franchising. Here also monopoly privilege awarded to the private firms who are, but here in franchising services are only franchised, but in lease and management contracts whole production of goods as well as service industry has given to the lease with providing certain assets and also providing such of the management facilities to that private sector. Government will give more and more and all the supports us, including while providing equipments, machineries, and various fixed assets as well as technology also provided to the privatization of provided in the privatization of management. Only they have paying lease rentals for the services. Lease lesser. Here there are two persons, one is lessor and lessee. Lessor give the assets and various supports to the lessee. Against this lessee will pay certain lease payments or lease rentals to the government. Here government will become a lessor and private sector will become a lessee. These are the concept of privatization of management. Last one is liquidation, which can be either formal liquidation or informal liquidation. Formal liquidation involves the closure of an enterprise and the sale of its assets. Here, they are formally inviting the private sectors by calling tenders or by announcing in various medias or news channels or papers. They will formally calling for bidders for formal liquidations. Who are all interested private sectors will formally involve in this liquidation process. Here, all the government activity which are involved in industry and production, which are handed over to the private sectors formally. In the against, under the informal liquidation, a firm retains its legal status even though some or all of its operation may be suspended. It is no need of much formalities, just informally transferring certain operations to the private sectors and it retain its legal status with government. These are all the two types of liquidations. One is formal liquidation, another one is informal liquidations. These are all the methods of privatization. We can again recall all these with the beginning. One is what is privatization? Privatization is a universal trend which means a transfer of ownership and or management of an enterprise from the public sector to the private sector. Next, objectives. To improve the performance of public sector undertaking as to lessen the financial burden on taxpayers. Next is to increase the size and dynamism of the private sector, distributing ownership more widely in the population at large. To encourage and facilitate private sector investment from both domestic and foreign sources. To generate revenue for the state, to reduce the administrative burden on the state, launching and sustaining the transformation of the economy from a command to a market model. These are all the objectives of privatization. Next is privatization methods. First one is divestiture or privatization of ownership through the sale of equity, denationalization or reprivatization, contracting under which government contract out services to the other organization that produce and deliver them. Next is franchising or authorizing the delivery of certain services in designated geographical areas is the another one. Common utilities and urban transport. Government withdrawing from the provision of the certain goods and services, leaving them wholly or partly to the private sector. Privatization of management using lease and management contract. Liquidation, which can be either formal or informal. Formal liquidation involves the closure of an enterprise and the sale of its assets. Under informal liquidation, a firm retains its legal status even though some or all of its operations may be suspended. So, these are all the meaning of privatization, objectives of privatization, and routes of privatization. In the next session, we will discuss about impact of privatization on Indian economy or business.